Coming up, more of our fascinating look inside the human brain in cooperation with Time magazine. We're going to show you new research that challenges what most experts believe about a baby's brain.
Over to you, Harry, with today's User's Guide to the Brain.
Here's a question. What is going on behind a baby's wide-open, innocent eyes? This morning, our special CBS News Time magazine series, A User's Guide to the Brain, continues with a look at the infant brain. CBS News correspondent Richard Roth visited a laboratory where scientists are challenging the idea of what babies know and when they know it.
While 8-month-old Ishani's watching the train going round and round, a hidden camera's watching Ishani. It's tracking her eye movements.
The dot moves to here, which shows the baby's eye movements are anticipating the train coming out.
And it shows she finds something interesting in what she sees. It's measuring her pupils as the train enters the tunnel red and comes out blue.
Now, pupils are great because they don't lie. Pupils go larger when something arouses your interest. And in the case of that particular experiment, the pupil data is certainly consistent with our minimalist interpretation of babies.
In northwest England at the University of Manchester's Baby Lab, that minimalist interpretation is challenging some modern thinking. The lab's director, Sylvain Sirois, says the babies are noticing a new color, but insists they don't know enough to find the sudden color change odd.
I would say that from the get-go, babies don't know anything, and the world is, their learning environment, and from that, they will have to turn themselves into intelligent people.
This is kind of a throwback to psychology of 80 years ago, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very, very much a fan of learning theory.
How does she react to the dangling ring?
The theory, dating from the 1920s and 30s, holds that infants construct all their knowledge of how the physical world works from what they experience. But more modern research has suggested infants may be innately smart, born with the ability to understand something about gravity, for instance, or that an object can still exist even when it can't be seen. According to Sirois, that's misreading the baby's minds.
There's a difference between saying, that they don't know much and have to learn everything, and saying they're dumb. I wouldn't frame it as dumb as much as they are naive.
The fact is, scientists disagree as much as the rest of us over just how much babies know and when they know it.
She knows a lot more than we think. She does.
Though it's hardly surprising, parents tend to side with the smart baby theory.
She likes going to Starbucks, and I sit with her in front and read the Times, and she likes to read it only because it's black and white. I don't think she can actually read the newspaper.
But who knows? Surprises from baby labs like this may eventually influence the sort of advice parents get about nurturing development, about learning, about playing. The sort of advice, it turns out, almost everyone wants.
I'm no different from them. I work on babies, but as a parent, I'm as helpless as the next one. But what we do know from research and so forth is that babies are very good at telling us when they like something and when they don't like something. When babies get bored, they'll get fussy, they'll start looking at their feet and so forth. So if you're keen about stimulating your baby in optimal fashion, just pay attention to your baby, which is what you probably do already.
These psychologists are doing that by watching the infant's eyes. Parents, of course, find their own ways to read the minds of babies too young to talk.
Well, I find myself thinking, what is she thinking more than anything?
For The Early Show, Richard Roth, CBS News, Manchester.
And you could read more about the Manchester Baby Lab in the new issue of Time magazine, which is out today. It reminds me, I did a documentary on this stuff about 25 years ago with the Better Baby movement, with all of the flashcards and everything else.
Right.
And, they said the baby will tell you when it's interested or not. We're shooting the documentary, this mothers with all the flashcards and everything, and the baby just literally
That would be code baby speak for not interested in that one.
Done with that. And our special series continues tonight on the CBS Evening News with Katie Couric. If you're stressed out, and who isn't these days, you could be damaging your brain. Don't miss that special report.
But up next.